girls. Life is girls. Life as girls. Life as girls. We have a lot to say and we hope you're listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Olivia and I'm your host today on Life as Girls. Something that interests me is that people choose to follow the trends that they see on TikTok or Instagram instead of just being confident in themselves. I'm in 7th grade and I know girls who follow beauty and makeup regimes they see on social media, even though, hello, we're 12. We don't need that stuff. And I'm actually not on social media, and my guest today isn't either. So we're going to talk about how we think social media affects people and how not being on social media affects us. Maddie, welcome to Life as Girls.
Hello, glad to be here.
So, to start off, Maddie, please tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
I'm Maddie, and I'm in 11th grade. I'm 16 years old, and I really enjoy reading, writing, and I'm planning on becoming an author.
Wow, that's really cool. So, I mentioned in my introduction that neither you nor I are on social media. And the reason that I'm not on social media is because sometimes I can find that it can be really toxic when you see everyone else as like gorgeous and with all these products, and it can really damage your self-image. And because my mom won't let me. So, what is the reason for you?
My family also won't let me be on social media. It's just like a family rule, but also it's a personal choice as well because social media is very toxic and scary.
So why don't you want to be on social media?
I don't want to be on social media because I've seen a lot, I've done a lot of research on people who have lost their lives because of social media, and that just kind of grew a fear for me. And also I've seen how it would affect my peers and my friends and how it gives them low self-esteem. And I've heard all these stories about how badly social media affects people, and even this data about how it just completely damages people's ability to grow as people. So that's why.
So yeah, I agree with you on everything that you said there, but there's one thing on social media that does not scare me. It's the cat videos. Those are amazing.
Not the cat videos.
And that's all that I can think. I see a lot of girls my age doing things they saw on TikTok, like girls who have whole skincare lists, and they have 1,700 skincare items, yet they still, they're basically burning off their skin with all the hyaluronic acid, the acetone acid, all of that, and they want to look with also the little kids, the 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds, the Sephora kids that have lip plumpers, hyaluronic acid, the entire ordinary acid list. And I don't think that's really good for them, because when they grow up and all of that catches up to them, they're going to look like a raisin. And I don't understand why they can't be confident in themselves, because they all want to look like Gigi Hadid, and I honestly don't care, because I think everyone is beautiful in their own way. And
Facts.
yeah, and even that trend may not be right for them, they will still do it because they think it makes them look gorgeous. But they really are gorgeous without all that stuff. Is there anything like that with the kids you know?
I feel like, from what I've seen, it's with how social media affects kids and the products they use and that kind of stuff, it keeps affecting them as they get younger. First it starts off with 16-year-olds, but then as it goes on and gets stronger, then it starts getting to the 5-year-olds, like you had mentioned, and that's insane. But for my friends and kids my age, it's no one ever explicitly talks about how it affects it affects us, like with Kim Kardashian and their whole family with their like hourglass bodies and that kind of stuff. And all of my friends just, they don't explicitly say it, but they're like, OMG, you have the Kim Kardashian hips, like that kind of stuff. And you just like have that body. And then there's the products that people use, but no one actually talks about it. But they're always trying to reach that and working like way too hard to reach that while also not making it totally obvious. Yeah. And I noticed in myself though, I used to wear like full makeup. Now I don't wear as much makeup. Like I'm wearing like some makeup right now. But mostly I choose not to wear too much because my acne can get really bad, especially when I'm wearing a lot of makeup. And it makes it worse. And I've grown to not do that. Also because whenever I do like wear a lot of makeup, and like I'll wear like full makeup when I go to like a dance or something at school, and when I'm wearing the full makeup, it feels so plastic and fake, and I don't like it. And it feels weird, so I like having more like natural look. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I noticed in like social media, it's not all about the trends, it's about the younger you get into social media. Because every year, younger and younger kids are getting like phones and iPhones, and the first thing that they want to download is TikTok or Instagram, and then they follow all the trends. And like I think also that makeup is toxic to your self-image, because the more and more makeup you put on, the less you look like yourself. And when you take it off and you see your original self, you're like, oh, instead of in your head playing that song of who's that sexy thing I see over there, that's me standing in the mirror, you see, oh, who's that anything? That's not me. Who's that?
Yeah.
This was also a big like thing for my sister, because she got a phone, so she got onto like social media and stuff, and she kept on seeing these products, and she bought every single one of them on Sephora, and she got a chemical burn. Like her head was all red and bumpy and all of that. And the products that were advised to her, she specifically said that what caught her to buy all that stuff was the way that the ad said this is not an ad. Just because they're influencers doesn't mean that they don't want to give you stuff that they don't think actually works. Because they are called influencers. They're influencing you to buy the stuff that they're getting paid for you to buy. And even though that they say, I love this product, just buy it, and it's amazing, it'll make your skin look so glowy, when it doesn't. And they like fake use it on themselves to sell it. But
yeah,
that's the advertising world, so you gotta be careful where you are. So Maddie, do you feel like that was a conscious decision that you were making when you stopped wearing a lot of makeup, or was it a natural transition for you?
I feel like it was like a mix of things. There was a lot of support from my mother. She would always tell me that the makeup is only clogging my pores and making my acne worse. And for a while, I didn't listen to her, but then over time, I was like, okay, yeah, she's right. It's only making it worse. And then over the summer, I stopped wearing it. I would put it in the corner of my bathroom, and I'd be like, you're not touching this. No makeup. We're taking a break. And so I just disciplined myself into not wearing makeup. And I would tell myself constantly that it was okay. I look fine. I don't need makeup. And I would tell myself I'm going to be comfortable with my face. And I would get like skincare products to help out my skin and take the medication that my dermatologist gave me. And hope that would help my face more than clogging my pores with makeup would. And over time, I just eventually stopped wearing makeup, and now I feel more comfortable with just like creams to help out my face.
Do you feel more free to do your own things because you're not on social media? So you're not trying to follow someone of the things that other people are watching and trying to follow?
Yeah, I feel like I see a huge difference in how I walk through life than my friends or my peers do, because I'm not influenced by social media or the products and beauty goal.
Like the glorification
Yes.
era?
Yeah. And because I'm not on social media, I'm far more confident in myself, and I'm not constantly comparing myself to other people. Because like when you're on social media, you are seeing all these other people that are so pretty, and you're like, OMG, I want to be them. And I'm not surrounded by that, so that really helps my confidence. And whenever I see my friends and I see the difference between us, I see how low their self-esteem is and how they don't respect themselves and their boundaries because of that self-esteem. And it's all damaging because of social media. And then like they get themselves into toxic relationships, they act toxic, and it just becomes not such a good environment. And like I just feel like I have a higher confidence level compared to like all of my friends. And even my friends will point this out all the time, like, OMG, Maddie, you seem so confident. And I'll be like, really? Because I don't really notice it. But and then they'll be like, how do you do it? Tell me your ways. And I'll be like, I don't know. I choose not to care. And yeah, I'm not affected by social media, and I feel like I'm constantly the friend who sees the logic in life and have empathy because I'm not surrounded by social media and it's bad environment. And everyone around me notices this because I stay away from the things that my friends are involved in.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that have helped you build confidence other than like your friends and being off social media?
So I feel like developing my courage and trying to get out of my comfort zone. And whenever I'm not surrounded by social media, then I can focus on myself and me growing as a person instead of me growing as like a physical person, but instead like more on my personality. So I have like really bad stage fright. And for the longest time, I was so scared to go up and like perform something or present something, because one time in 6th grade, I had embarrassed myself so hard in my theater class when I forgot every line to my monologue. And it traumatized me. And it was because of my stage fright, because I was so anxious and my lines just went out the window. And so ever since then, I was absolutely terrified. But over time, like I would push myself to do presentations and perform things. And especially this year, like after this past summer, I joined a theater class and I got into a play. And actually, I just had a production. Like just this week we had our production and it went really well, and I didn't freak out. My heart was racing, but it wasn't racing so hard that I couldn't hear my own words, and I was able to develop that and push myself out there and have the courage to do that and work on my stage fright. And I feel like that helps me build confidence, like whenever I have the courage to do things that scare me and get out of my comfort zone. And so I stop wearing makeup and I start looking in the mirror and I'm telling myself, you are beautiful without your makeup. And I would just train my brain to do that.
Yeah.
Olivia, you seem pretty confident too. What do you think has made you confident?
Well, it's not just caring about the things that I don't have to care about. It's also, I just don't have to care about all this stuff. And then my friends say that they're constantly bullied, like on their appearance or how they dress or like what their beliefs are. And I'm just like, why do you care? The most common factor of bullying is self-hatred, and they see something in you that they like and that they don't find in themselves, or at least they think they don't find it in themselves, so they bully you to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, they don't like themselves when they bully you. Just think about that. And social media is a place lots of people go for inspiration. Since you're not on social media, where do you find things that inspire you?
That's a good question. So I feel like a place like where I get my inspiration could be a lot from just my peers and being social, and maybe from movies, a lot books. I read a lot. But also I feel like because I'm not on social media and I'm not influenced by those other things, and I don't pull inspiration from online places, I feel like I can also get inspiration from myself and my own imagination. I feel like I'm a pretty imaginative person, and that goes along with like my ability to write. Like I had said before, I really enjoy writing, and I write stories a lot, and it helps expand my imagination, and that's where I get inspiration from, just me living life, things I see around me when I'm actually paying attention and not scrolling through TikTok like everyone else. And it just really helps me. But yeah, those are the things that inspire me. Just my imagination and just living life, not through a screen. Same question back to you. Where do you find things that inspire you?
So what I really found that inspired me was my teachers, my peers, and the cats on YouTube.
The cats. Yes, can't forget the cats.
And I am actually also an unpublished author.
Oh,
I write about murder and horror.
That's awesome. I want to get there. Right now, I'm in my romance phase.
But my mom damaged my imagination with making me watch all of the 90s Aliens, Terminator.
Hey, maybe you can write some sci-fi.
Maybe. And yeah.
I feel like it's really nice, though, that when we don't have social media, we can have our imagination sparked and create these wild stories. And when we're not surrounded by these goals that we need to reach to be pretty and all these other things, then we have so much more room to focus on ourselves as people and create this amazing life for ourselves.
Yeah. And for everyone out there, one thing to remember is that you are never ugly, because everyone is beautiful to someone.
Facts.
Yeah. And I think that's all the time that we have right now. So, Maddie, thank you so much for joining me, and thanks to you guys for listening. See you next time.
If you enjoyed this episode of Life as Girls, be sure to write a review and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And a big thank you to our sponsor, the Girl Scouts of Central Texas. You can learn more about them at www.gsctx.org. If you are interested in sponsoring this podcast, or if you have a topic you'd like for us to talk about, email us at communications@gsctx.org. See you next time.